Germany lay in ashes. The Treaty of Versailles had humiliated the nation, stripping territory, crippling its military, and demanding crushing reparations. Hyperinflation wiped out savings overnight. Wheelbarrows of worthless marks bought a single loaf of bread. Hunger gnawed, unemployment soared, and resentment festered. In the ruins of cities and pride alike, the first seeds of vengeance began to take root. The New York Stock Exchange collapsed. The Great Depression rippled across continents, bringing factories to a halt and leaving millions jobless. In Germany, despair deepened. Extremist voices promised salvation, scapegoats, and a return to greatness. Fear became fertile ground for radical dreams. Adolf Hitler became chancellor. Crowds cheered, believing in his vision of national revival. But behind the spectacle, political opponents were silenced, freedoms erased, and a police state tightened its grip. A new Germany was being forged, disciplined, aggressive, and ready to challenge the world. In defiance of Versailles, Germany openly rearmed. Tanks rolled from factories, fighter planes filled the skies, and conscription returned. The League of Nations issued protests, but took no action. The silence of Europe was as dangerous as any weapon. Civil war erupted in Spain. Hitler and Mussolini sent troops, aircraft, and tanks to aid the nationalists, a live battlefield to test new tactics and weapons. Cities burned, civilians fled, and the world glimpsed a preview of the horrors to come. Austria was annexed without a shot fired. Then, in Munich, Britain and France handed the Sudetenland to Hitler in exchange for promises of peace. Crowds celebrated, believing war had been averted. But in Berlin, Hitler smirked. Appeasement was not peace, it was an invitation. Czechoslovakia was consumed. Hitler broke every promise made in Munich. The mask was off, this was conquest, pure and simple. Britain and France finally drew a line in the sand, pledging to defend Poland. The clock was now ticking loudly. A secret pact shocked the world. Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, sworn enemies, agreed to divide Eastern Europe. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact sealed Poland's fate. Stalin bought time, Hitler gained freedom to strike. The trap was set. Diplomats made final, desperate attempts to prevent war. In military camps, soldiers cleaned rifles and waited. Families clung to hope, while newspapers printed maps of Poland with ominous arrows pointing west to east. The air was heavy with inevitability. At dawn, German forces crossed into Poland. Bombs fell on cities and villages, tanks smashed through defenses, and civilians fled in terror. Within hours, the world knew the peace of the interwar years was over. World War II had begun.